Select the one sentence that best meets the requirements of standard written English. A. The dog who was gifted to the Obamas during their time at the White House is called Bo. Right off the bat, we can eliminate this choice as it uses the pronoun who to refer to Bo. In English, dogs are never referred to as who or whom, but rather that or which, depending on the context. Who and whom are reserved only for humans. This being the case, we can mark this choice off. B. The dog which was gifted to the Obamas during their time at the White House is called Bo. This sentence is identical to the previous one other than that it swaps who for which. This brings us to another question. Which and that are often confused with one another. Which is correct? In short, which is usually used with non-defining clauses, while that is used for defining clauses. Let's get into what that means. A non-defining clause is a clause that, while it may add more information or detail to the sentence, can be removed, and the essence of the sentence would remain the same. A defining clause, in contrast, is a clause that, if removed, takes the essence of the sentence with it. For example, in the sentence, "The house, which we bought yesterday, is old," we can remove the phrase "which we bought yesterday" and still have an understandable sentence. The house is old. However, in the sentence, "The house that we bought yesterday is old," the usage of that shows us that we're talking specifically about the house bought yesterday, not to be confused with the house bought a month ago or a year ago. Removing "that we bought yesterday" here removes the clarity and point of the sentence. Taking it back to our sentence, if we were to remove the clause that which introduces, we'd be left with "the dog is called Bo." However, the fact that this is the dog that was gifted to the Obamas is essential to our sentence. Without it, we can't identify who this dog is, why the dog's important, or why the sentence is talking about the dog in the first place. This being the case, we can see that which would be incorrect here, and we can mark this choice as incorrect. C. The dog whom was gifted to the Obamas during their time at the White House is called Bo. Without getting into whether who or whom would be correct in this context, we can eliminate this choice as, again, we don't use who or whom when referring to animals. These terms are reserved only for humans. This choice can be marked off. And D. The dog that was gifted to the Obamas during their time at the White House is called Bo. This choice applies the corrections we've made thus far. It refers to Bo as that and not who or which. As we've established that this is correct, we can go ahead and mark choice D as our final answer.